positioning in the lineup, where to sit, how to move around, where to be, and wave selection. It's one of the most important skills. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can improve it drastically. So there's three things. There's fitness, there's strategy, and there's skill. I'm going to show you how you can improve them all right now. When you have this, you'll be able to compete at more competitive lineups where it's more crowded or where there's lots of water moving, big swell, tons of current, those kind of things. But also the quality of waves you catch, the frequency of waves you catch, and your confidence in the ocean go through the roof. Because you see the best surfers when they're out there. They're here, they're there, they're all over. But also, you wouldn't watch a great surfer, they catch waves more effortlessly. They're not trying, they're not overly exerting themselves. They're just kind of, the wave kind of catches them, right? So positioning can drastically improve that. So number one, as a foundation, cannot be missed is the fitness. You have to have a body that does what you tell it to do when you tell it to do it. So paddle training is the biggest lever you can pull to improve this. So first of all, when you're exhausted, you get tunnel vision, right? You're less aware of your surroundings, you make bad decisions, you're not taking in information. So increasing your paddle strength increases your energy. So you're more alert, you're aware of what's going on around you. So you take in information better, you make better decisions. But also another really big one is the endurance side. So when you can surf longer without getting tired, you can move around the lineup a lot easier. So instead of waiting for a wave to come to you, you can hunt waves down. So if you're at a place with lots of peaks, you're over here, you're over there, the sandbar changes, anything, right? You're just like way more in control of what happens because the ocean's really unpredictable. It changes fast. You have to be able to change fast too. So endurance matters a ton. So the next piece is paddle power. So I call this the paddle paradox because you have to paddle for endurance, long sessions, but you have to paddle for power, explosiveness. Now, as far as training goes, those are typically opposing opposites. We have a really cool way for getting around that. So I'm really giving you the good stuff here. So most people pay a lot of money for this information. So if you do use this thing, all I ask is hit the like and subscribe button on this video and it'll help me a ton. So paddle power. So what we do is an endurance style workout. So it's high rep, do it till you're exhausted, till you can't keep good form. But at the end, when your muscles are burnt, do a static hold. So like this. As long as you can while your muscles are tired. What it does is it gives you an extra gear by training your nervous system to take the governor off. So there's something really interesting. The way I learned this was learning from Olympic weightlifters, so the guys that like do power explosive stuff, right? And that's what they do. They do static holds because it's training the nervous system to unlock their full potential. You may have heard crazy stories of like, there's like a car accident and a mother sees her son trapped under a car and all of a sudden, they have a crazy strength, right? We all have that capability within us, but there's limiters in our nervous system that prevent us from hurting ourselves. Now, this isn't dangerous to do this. It's just unlocking your potential fully. So if you think about it, our bodies are ultra adaptable, right? So when you train this, you're training yourself to have strength, even though you feel exhausted. So if you're out there getting past the break, moving along the lineup fast, and all of a sudden you have to explode, how many times have you went to go for a wave and your arms just were noodles and they just wouldn't do it? Wave of the day or the year comes to you and you don't have the strength to be on it. That's the worst. So this will almost completely eliminate that. Endurance plus power will greatly improve your positioning. And what's cool about power though, is you don't have to be as perfectly positioned. So typically there's a pocket in the wave, right? Where it takes almost zero effort to catch the wave, where if you are over on the shoulder more, it takes more and more power. So if you increase your power, it increases the window of opportunity you have for each wave. So you don't have to be as perfectly positioned in order to make the wave. Now, another big piece about positioning is taking up deeper. So with paddle power, it opens up the shoulder. But if you have pop-up speed, you can take off more critical parts of the wave. Because the more critical part of the wave, typically it gets steeper and there's less margin for error. So you got to get to your feet like right now. Cool thing about having a fast pop-up is you can take a couple extra power paddles too because you have more time. But also when you sit a little bit deeper and you pop up lightning quick, you get down the line faster so that you're not caught behind the section. So rather than think of it as a pop-up, because it's less of a push-up, to get to your feet, you got to get your feet from way behind you to underneath you, right? So you got to get your hips up off the ground and you got to get your feet through, right? So it's more of a core exercise. So 2 exercises you can do. Number 1, it's like a burpee. Practice from your toes. So just boom, like this, right? So those are the muscles. Boom. You got to be able to get your hips up too, right? So if you watch me, feet aren't touching, and it goes like this, right? So it's like a swoop underneath. The cool thing about these exercises is they exceed what you need to do in the ocean. So when you're in the water, sitting on your board, the tail of your board is sunk down, so it's lower, not solid like this. But you can also pull your board towards you. So if you can do that thing that I just demonstrated on land reliably without any problem, when you get to the ocean, it's going to be easier in some ways. It'll take less strength. So over preparing, endurance, paddle, and pop-up are going to greatly increase your positioning because you're going to be more aware, you move around the lineup faster, you have more power, you get to your feet quicker. All those things are going to completely change the game when it comes to positioning and wave selection. And there's one final piece. And this final piece is a strategy, and it's called Ever Deeper. And it comes with a cool story. So ever deeper means go deeper and deeper on your takeoff. So if this is the beach, this is the takeoff point, and so this is out farther, this is in farther. So typically, like if people are out of shape, they'll sit out farther, let all these waves come under them, and hopefully for a good wave to come over. Or if the wave's breaking this way, they'll sit over on the shoulder, right? So they won't be in the critical zone. So power will give you more of this option. Speed of a pop-up will give you more of this option to take off deeper. Whatever deeper means is take off deeper and deeper and deeper. So if you're missing waves, go deeper and deeper and deeper until you start getting the waves. The only way you can do this is if you have great endurance, because otherwise you'd be sitting out here or sitting out here. To sit here, you got to take a bunch on the head. You have to have a great duck dive. You have to have great oxygen efficiency because you're holding your breath more. You have to have great endurance because you're more like on a treadmill, right? And this technique came from, so one of our team members on Hydro Mind, his name's Tim, he's surfing in Santa Cruz, and he saw this old guy's in his 70s, out there catching every single wave. And so he asked the guy, he chased him down at the end of the day and was like, hey man, how do you catch all these waves, man? You're just killing it. And he said something very profound. He said, ever deeper. It's kind of poetic. It's kind of philosophical. It's like scripture. It's like, I joked when I heard the story. I'm like, man, that sounds like something Buddha would say. But it's true, right? The best surfers are the best position. And the best position is to be as deep as possible without being too deep. So most people are not deep enough. Most people will live out here or out here. But if you have the physical requirements and the confidence to sit deeper and deeper, wave count will go through the roof. You'll be on the best waves, and that's it. So yeah, ever deeper. All right, and that's it. So if you're like me and you know that your surfing can be improved with training, and you just really have massive goals for surfing, and you want to make sure that you don't leave your potential on the table, you want to catch as many waves as possible by improving these fitness things between surf sessions, that's exactly what we do. So if you don't really know where to start, you want the best workouts on day one, put in a structure for you with the support of me and my team, guarantee the only way to reach potential as a surfer is to get stronger in the water and on land. But my promise to you is that I guarantee we can get you on the fast track to doing so. Paddle training, breath training, the functional mobility, accountability, all the things you need to have success from a fitness standpoint with surfing. So whatever your goals are for surfing, I actually really would like to encourage you to stretch those and make them bigger and accelerate your path to them with some training. So our program, the Waterman Elite, it's by application only. So what's cool about that is only the most passionate surfers get in. So if that's you and you do get in, you'll be surrounded by people who are exactly like you, highly motivated, highly passionate people. And that's going to accelerate your success as well too. So to apply, you go down below this video in the description. There's a link. The link goes to a video. The video explains our process, our entire system, how it works step by step. It's also going to explain to you how you can get involved in our training if you want to. So if you are a highly passionate person and you want to be so good at surfing that it burns, or you just feel like you're losing your surfing and that's not an option for you, you want to make sure you're surfing deep into your 70s, your 80s and beyond, this is probably for you. Go to that link in the bio, in the description, watch the video, and if it makes sense to you and you really want to be a part of it, I really want you in it too. So apply, you'll talk to someone from my team or myself, we'll get you involved as quick as possible. My name's Kyle Russ. Thanks a ton for watching. I'll see you soon.